Nah, this is too hard, bro. I just don't think I could do it, man. I don't think I got it in me. I just don't think I got it in me.
Are you not a leader of men? Master yourself!
The greatest illusion of this world is the illusion of separation.
What am I talking about? I got this.
NANI?!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another deep dive within the mind with your Valentines, of course. We have a topic in which I've been going through, a struggle that I've been going through recently, and I think a lot of you can resonate with this. Imposter syndrome. Imposter syndrome is the condition of feeling anxious and not experiencing success internally despite being high performing in external objective ways. I like challenging myself, and I started this YouTube channel to challenge myself. I have all of these different topics, ideas, and things I want to go into, but if you ever played the game Elden Ring, it's like this open sandbox game where any little crack or crevice, cave or building you go into, it's never ending. There's like a never ending world that you could just keep on going forever. Like there's no boundaries to the game. That's kind of like how information is when it comes to topics. The topics have endless data, endless information, endless things I'm learning. And from learning these things, I just realized, just like what Plato says, all I know is that I know nothing. Like the more I know is like, wow, I really didn't know anything before. So what makes me think I know something right now? But I found out how to get rid of it. So that's what this video is going to be about. Imposter syndrome. What is it? Why do we get it? And how do we get rid of it? There's 4 types of imposters that can arise within our feelings of inadequacy. The perfectionist. A small mistake and it's all failure for them. The solo dolos. They want to achieve success independently, and relying on others gives them feelings of inadequacy. The expert. They want to have the biggest brains and unmatched knowledge. Failure with details makes them feel like a fraud. The workaholic. They will work past their bodily limits and still won't feel good enough, even when they're in the grave. The theme here is that there's feelings of inadequacy despite evident success. So why do we get these feelings of inadequacy, even though we're doing just fine? It's time to close these, and it's time to open up this, your third eye, spiritual knowledge. You see, these feelings of inadequacy are just limitations that we've placed on ourselves. Core beliefs, limiting core beliefs that are subconsciously rooted within our character. Through observation and reflection on self, you can see the limitations that you subconsciously hold through moments of conflict or confusion, or moments where your vibe just doesn't match the situation. Those moments, whenever they happen, you should record them. You should journal. Journal all the feelings that you feel, those little, confusion moments. You gotta journal them and ask yourself 5 questions while you're writing. What did you feel in that moment? What needs weren't being met? What are you secretly afraid of and why? What's really going on? Deep down, what do you believe about yourself? So this is how I would answer this. I felt overwhelmed. My need to be valuable was not being met. I'm afraid of being incompetent and worthless. I don't believe I deserve love unless I suffer for it. So deep down, I don't believe that I deserve love. So this is us taking that vague feeling from within the mind that something is off here kind of feeling, and we're putting it on paper so now we can see plain as day what is bothering us. Now, once you get down to the core of what you believe about yourself, this is your script. This is the script of your character within the movie. You got to understand this. And it's binding your actions to a certain play within the movie. A long time ago in elementary school, I remember graduating, and on my graduation day, we were, doing the whole 9 yards celebrating. It's our last time in elementary school, the end of our childhood days and stuff. And I was on the choir, I was like singing, yes we can do anything if we try. All of that, right? But I remember my mom telling me after the whole ceremony was over, that she was asking me, why didn't you get any awards? I didn't see you go up for any awards. And you know, it would just like shattered me as a kid, like, damn, like graduating is not even enough. I have to get the shiny plaque, I gotta get a shiny award to show my mom. And that was the start of my hero's journey in becoming a man. You know, it's little things like that that can add to your subconscious, the subconscious story about yourself, where you think that you don't deserve as much in this life because of what happened to you. More so a feeling where you feel like you don't deserve. Like you could think as much, but the feeling is still lingering there. So how do we control, alt, delete this mind virus? Through spiritual practices. That's how. What you're gonna do is you're gonna take the core belief that you've written down and you're gonna write the opposite of that core belief every day when you wake up in the morning, and make sure that you add the word because. So it should look like this. I changed my core belief of I am not lovable to I am lovable because. Now you don't have to answer it right then and there, but what this is doing is it primes your brain to look for reasons. Write it down in the morning, go about your day, and then at night you revisit the question and you fill it with the evidence that you've gathered from the day you've had. Is this woo-woo or is there science behind this? Don't worry, concerned viewer, I hear your thoughts. There is an actual science behind this practice. These are two neurons that were placed in a petri dish. As you can see, they're feeling out the environment with these finger-like tentacles, trying to find each other. Imagine the amount of concentration and energy it takes for these new neural networks to be formed. And this is a normal neural network in the human brain. This is when a person wakes up and they go to their usual thought patterns and their usual habits. Now, some pathways light up more than others, and those are the pathway of thoughts that we've grown accustomed to, that we've become used to. And forming a new pathway requires patience and attention. This reminds me of a quote from the Bible that I like to share with you guys. It's taken from Proverbs 3 verse 13. Happy is the man that findeth wisdom, and the man that getteth understanding. For the merchandise of it is better than the merchandise of silver, and the gain thereof than fine gold. When you're trying to make a new neural connection, kind of form a new habit for yourself, it can become counterculture, where the culture that you're surrounded by, which are the people and the ideas that inhabit the people, create certain grooves of thought within the mind. There are people out here that share brain cells together because they hang out with each other so much that they've taken on each other's thought patterns and characteristics. There's nothing wrong with being inspired by each other, but when it comes to a point where you don't know yourself without the other person, that's when it gets weird. Going the path less traveled is forming your own way of thinking. And this does wonders for you in the world because you're not a clone anymore. You're not a cliche. I say this because sometimes our environment can influence us to follow what everyone else is doing. But the more you have patience with yourself and stick to forming that new habit, that new positive, healthy habit in your life, that new neural network will become stronger. Thus, the habits will become easier to do. So when I write down, I am lovable because, and I look for the reasons why I'm lovable in life, I start to try to do things more that give me that reason. It changes the movie that I'm within. It changes the scenery. It changes, you know how you have horror movies, and it changes the genre. Yeah, it changes the genre of movie that I'm in because now I've changed the script. What I want you to take from this video is that thoughts are malleable and they're not fixed. You don't have to be in hell internally. You can have a good time with your mind. Thank you for watching and have a blessed day. Peace.